Welcome in, guys. I'm back with another scout report. Today we're back on the quarterbacks, and today we're scouting Cade Klubnik. Cade Klubnik is our next prospect. Come on down. Cade Klubnik is our next guy that we're scouting. We're back again in the quarterback class, and he's a quarterback. Cade Klubnik is a quarterback from Clemson. Games I saw him on tape were Troy, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, North Carolina, Boston State, Duke, Florida State. First off, when you talk about really Cade Klubnik and what I think about on his tape was, again, he's got good leadership skills, great at being a high-end character that can really be a good leader to the team. So instantly there, you're looking at a guy that you definitely want on your team, somebody that's got leadership skills that again, for good or bad, you want that. So something that I saw tremendously with Cade Klubnik. He's got a rapid release. He's got kind of he hasn't got an elite arm strength, but he's a quick thrower even though he hasn't got much of an arm. Again, he's more of a play-action kind of quarterback, where he thrives in a system that provides decisive reads and quick passes. And then he's great at possessing the ball, and he has good accuracy. Definitely great at intimidating range, and his throws are catchable. He's got good touch on deep passes. So you're looking at this guy. Definitely has a good backup option so far. His playmaking, and I'm saying apologies at the wind when I'm recording this, it's just super fucking windy right now. His playmaking ability, again, he's a good athlete, effective in the runner, can extend plays outside the pocket. Again, we'll go back to what I said here, he's a quick trigger, compact, he gets the ball out in a hurry. So he has that ability. He's great with his arm slot, and he can still maintain accuracy on rhythm throws. Again, his pocket awareness. Again, I think he's got good pocket awareness. You can see that a lot if you watch Klubnik on tape. He's got a great pocket awareness about him. And again, he's sensitive, especially when he can see that there's pressure in the interior. Again, he uses great body movement and shoulders to fake sides away and collapses out of the pocket. Again, he's just so good. He's good outside the pocket. Dominates throws to the sideline especially against cover three. He dominates throws against the sideline against the cover three. And then especially when he's on the back shoulder, and he has a good comeback route with his ball placement moving consistent. He's just good overall with his ball placement. Weaknesses, I talked about, we just mentioned a couple minutes ago, but again, one thing that's not going to really make him a starter for me is he hasn't got an arm. He's got an arm, but you know what I mean. He hasn't got an elite level arm. He's sometimes that with his lack of, because he's got an elite level arm, he forces his ball into tight windows and often relies too much on velocity. Because of the lack of arm talent he has. He can be inconsistent with his progressive processing. Sometimes his high level decision making can be kind of put into question with his post snap progressions and handling blitz being a bit off. Again, like I said, going back to the physical, with his lack of arm movement, his lack of physical limitation. He's 6'2", good height, but he's only 205 pounds, 210 pounds, and a lot of the defenders. I know he's a tall guy, but especially he's only at 2'5", 210. A lot of the elite defense in this league are going to eat him alive if he's a starter. So you need an elite level offensive line around to kind of hide his weaknesses. His deep ball deep ball consistency. He sometimes is inconsistent sometimes with his accuracy and his trajectory on deep passes. So that's again one thing that you have to at least coach that, try to make sure he can improve on that side of the ball with his deep ball consistency. Sometimes he kind of struggles when to perform under pressure. Now again, he's good in the pocket under pressure, but overall his play, just in general, sometimes he does tend to struggle and sometimes he will make poor decisions and he will just fumble the ball a couple of times. But ultimately, that's just like a confidence thing, and just really if there's an offensive coordinator, whoever that is, that hopefully can get the best out of him. Again, you look at his post snaps. Progressing, like his post snaps again, like I just talked about. They need again a lot of concern here. Sometimes he will look into like his pre-snap read instead of like a post snap read. So that's kind of a problem there. He's again, like I said, with the arm, he's down the field arm strength, has a ceiling. I wouldn't be saying he's a starter. And I think a lot of top defenders in this league will gain at him instantly, like I just said. And he's mechanically, again, his mechanics are not the best, with his lower half being a concern. His feet kind of get a bit sloppy. He's a bit of a, you see that a lot on tape, where you look at his footwork is a bit mid. Like again, his footwork's very mid, and again, his pre-snaps at the line of scrimmage are not the best. Like again, people say when Klubnik was at Clemson this season, not 2025, he didn't have the best offensive line around him, which again, okay, understandable, but that's not really again, understandable. But if he does have a good offensive line around him at the NFL level, what you're going to be saying then, you know. But ultimately, I think Klubnik is a good backup. I think again he'll be a good hand as a backup and maybe a third choice quarterback. I don't think again this draft class just, again, especially quarterback wise, isn't the best. Now, a lot of these guys I've been scouting, especially on the quarterback side of things, are going to be good backups for second QB2, QB3, and that's a great thing. It's no shame to be a quarterback 2, quarterback 3 in this league, because you can make a good career out of that. Look at Geno Smith, like he was a quarterback for years, and he made a great career out of it. I know he's a starter, like he was a starter in Seattle, and was a starter last year with the Raiders, but he made a good career out of being a backup early on. And I think again, with a lot of these guys you're seeing now, a lot of these guys, what I've scouted quarterback wise, lack that elite arm talent. I think again, it's really just a poor draft class. I know the draft's like 2 weeks away now, so I'm gonna be doing a few more of these scout reports, and then I'm gonna be doing my Lions video hopefully at some point this week, and then I'll have another mock draft out hopefully, and then I'll do the draft recap. But yeah, I would say to finish off on Klubnik, I think he's a QB2, QB3, late day 3, early day 3, late day 4 type player. I don't think he's a starting quarterback in this draft.